All right, Mysteries of the Ancient World by F.B. Scott. Dire metal. Among the most peculiar of Slove's mythology is that of Farley yarn. The term roughly translates to dire metal, and suitably so, as with every description or appearance of it comes a tragic tale. It is an ore found deep within the world and only comes to the surface after a great tragedy, such as battles, where it will collect like a pool. Bloodshed isn't the only trigger, however, as the story of a princess having lost the love of her life has also been written as triggering the appearance of the alloy. In one version, it sprouts from the earth like a fountain, in another it is formed from her tears. The metal is referred to as dull white, like muddy snow, with flecks of red spots to symbolize the blood of fallen warriors. Though, in other stories, like that of the princess, it has the same appearance as polished iron, steel, or mercury, with a shiny silvery surface. However, despite appearing to be a traditional alloy, in Slove mythology, the Farley yarn is treated as a grave marker rather than a resource. Many attempts to reconcile the oral tradition with historical evidence has included description of ice flows, frozen blood post-battle, naturally formed or uncovered, or a white mold unique to Slove's ecosystem. The latter is the most compelling, as similar organisms have been found in the Tiamat system. This traditional Slove tale is unique to the Uyghur region, but bears resemblance to other stories of ancient objects from other worlds. Leon Fial's Iron Mirganta is a similar oral tradition about a metal or alloy with supernatural properties or origins. However, the ancient warriors of Leon Fial were said to wield spears with heads forged of this metal, putting the iron to use rather than only signaling a grave. An ancient king of theirs, Nuada, is said to have a hand forged it as well. Other stories of Slovian royalty in the time of Ophelia include the water treader Tosenta. In the epic, the hero chief Estona is gifted by the people of the hills to pursue his kidnapped love across the eastward sea, a difficult feat that would require a craft.
And the two of you stare at Aurelio in disbelief, your mouths agape. He just read something.
You can read?
Sometimes.
Okay, you three are standing in the mess hall. No one else seems to be around except for Magnolia, who is cleaning up some dishes after some people who left the earlier after eating some delicious pancakes.
Nyx takes a deep breath and says, well, when I also have something to share. Well, it turns out that while I was looking through his computer, found an email that he had sent someone named Voltic Conant let me just read it. Dear Dr. Conant, I have reason to believe that pre-modern ruins of considerable size, rivaling those found on celestial body M487, reside beneath the Tail Mountain range in the province of. I'm not even gonna bother. Oikir
Beautiful.
on Slove. An average temperature increase of 20 degrees Celsius over the past week has been measured in sediment samples at the base of the mountain as of 30 Slove 2015, 550 meters north of the ISF Weather Station outpost, indicating some kind of active presence within the mountain range. Temperature increases continue by 5 degrees every 200 meters up until the upward slope of Tail, at which point the temperature maintains of the rock face. Activity at the summit has not yet been recorded due to bad weather. As well, a strange sound can be heard after 30 meters of depth into the cliffside. Drills are pressing deeper into the mountain and searching for other forms of entry, such as lava plumes and fume vents. In the case, this is all being caused by natural geological activity. Cannot read for some reason today. I am very sorry. However, as Slove does not suffer from noticeable gravitational force from its moons, the geothermal activity is unlikely. This next paragraph kind of caught my attention, and she goes back to reading. Further, I have growing suspicion of Captain Yusuf is compromised. I suspect that someone has been in my private research and study, though the surveillance recordings are always down for maintenance when the possible intruder would have entered. Only the captain would be able to create an opportunity. His isolation on this outpost has resulted in an unbalanced mind.
Oops.
I have reason to believe that there is still things we need to do here.
All right, boys and girls, what's the plan?
Wow. Okay.
You thinking we should investigate the captain's room?
I agree.
As do I. If he is somehow compromised, it could be incredibly dangerous.
I'm sure we'll be fine.
It is about 7:25 in the morning right now. People have gotten up, gotten dressed. You've seen people walking around in their official uniforms. They seem to be taking their daily posts for the day and, for the most part, ignoring you.
Hey, Nix.
Mm-hmm.
Do you know, by any chance, a way to get like a schedule of like the captain's schedule? Like, would that be anywhere online? Do you think?
I
She
would have
can-
to check into his personal logbook.
Yeah, you can make a roll for that. You're on the network. You got the password through some good role playing. Yeah, make a computer check.
Right. $13.
All right.
Nice.
At 8 o'clock, he seems like he goes around the entire compound to just check in on everybody, and he seems to leave the command center and his office unguarded.
All right.
So you have about 25-ish minutes to kill. Which you don't actually have to do IRL time. But I was just saying that, yeah. Is that a plan? Do you guys feel good with
Yep.
that, or?
Yeah.
Okay. Well then, where do you choose to wait, and how do you do it in the meantime?
Well, I think. I don't know.
I still have to ask that doctor about my results.
Oh yeah, remember that fucking number?
Oh, okay.
You also injected yourself with your own blood.
I think
he's fine.
we can follow that real quick. We'll do that, and we'll. Does anybody else have anything else they want to mention, or Aurelio might be the thing that we do to pass the time?
Is there a mail center in this building?
Oh, now that you've seen, there was one in Ophir. If you wanted to drop a mail or letter thing off at there before you guys left.
I send a carrier pigeon back to Slove to drop off that letter.
Understandable.
He just has them in his sleeve. Little
Okay.
pigeon.
Abram readies the action to deliver the letter at his soonest convenience. Which may or may not have even already happened if it was in Ophir.
I was gonna say, I guess he could have done it at some
Yeah.
point.
Don't worry,
we'll just say
I'm
that.
keeping track of it.
Otherwise, I'm just gonna send them in some.
Alright,
Next checks her personal email.
that sounds good. Aurelia, we're going to follow you. You last saw the Dr. Silas heading down towards the labs. Over
To
here.
the labs.
Alright. You enter in, and nobody seems to give you any too much trouble. The Dr. Gerard is not present at the moment. You see several people doing rock sediments and checking in, but for the most part, it's just Silas who's maintaining himself in this situation. You see him hovering over a little box of rocks, and he's just doing a bunch of nothing in his lab coat. He sees you and he waves.
Hey. So, I took back my blood.
He just stares at you with like shock and horror on his face.
But not before I checked the results, obviously, you know. All good, all negative. It said like my temperature was like 98.2 or something. Is that?
I'm afraid, son, I don't really have much in the way of information to give you since you kind of took it out before I could make any record of it. Whatever it says on there, though, I'm sure it looked fine. Nothing was blinking red, eh?
Was anything blinking red?
No.
No, like DM.
Yeah.
Was anything blinking red?
Nothing was blinking red. But I think it'll be alright. I see no reason otherwise. You look fit as a fiddle to me. What exactly did you do with your blood?
Oh, well, I mean, I took it back, man. I mean, I need that.
Oh, like, sure. Right. Interesting. What was the number you said, by the way? I don't really know how you'd have a temperature reading on your blood.
No, I was 98.2 degrees.
Degrees. Was it the third number on the bottom?
Damn.
Aye, Sonny, it was.
I don't remember any of that. Yeah.
Oh. Interesting. Well, you have a good day.
Excuse me. Excuse me. Ask him what it means.
Am I dying?
Oh, no, you'll be fine. Fit as a fiddle, like I said.
Then why won't you tell me?
You can attempt to do something to him with your powerful
You
skills.
bitch. I'm gonna persuade this shit.
Okay. He's sweating a little bit and just kind of doing a bit of a dab on his head with his sleeve as he tries to do his
He's dabbing?
He's dabbing. He does a quick
He's
dab
dabbing on the haters.
and then goes back to his rocks. Okay, 10. That's a very unbiased number. What do you choose to do? What's the verbiage? Paint me a word picture.
Yeah, paint me a word picture. He kind of like puts a hand on his shoulder and he's like, "Why are you sweating? Am I gonna die? Please tell me what the number means. You're freaking me out, doctor."
And he looks at you to assess how you look. How do you look?
How do I look?
Yeah.
I look like I'm looking at him.
Motionless.
I look worried.
Well, you see, 98.2 is Sonny, that's a percentage.
Okay, out of 100, so
Aye.
okay.
It's just the usual deviation amount that we ISF scientists use to determine how your average distance away from the average human genome.
Sir, you gotta speak clearly to me. I don't know what that means.
Well, you see, you've got a 2.8% deviation from being an average human, as the census for the ISF would recognize. Where are your friends? Sure.
I'm infected by something?
No, you're totally fine. That deviation won't change or do anything at all. It's just a record. It's like your blood type, really. I think that information was probably on the receipt too.
Sir.
Young man. I suppose I'm also somewhat young.
Why you sound so old? Are you...
Laryngitis.
I see. Are you telling me...
That you're 98.2% human. And
that
2.7 or 2.8% genetically modified. Aye.
you're wrong.
Oh, I suppose 2.8% deviation is within somewhat of the standard. Yeah, it very well could be. I suppose we could do a secondary blood test if you really wanted to check it out, but you're fit as a fiddle otherwise, so I see no reason why.
Aurelia leaves.
Silas wipes his brow and gets back to work. It is now 8 o'clock. You guys watch and see the captain walking down the hall. Aurelio, get off that van.
Aurelia...
How did you make yourself upside down?
He's sitting there on his shoulder like a parrot. He's just like, tell me what you mean.
That's fine. Abram, you look down the hall and you see Captain ISF with his hands tucked behind his back and his red beret sitting top upon his head, and he walks down the stairs into the same weapons chamber that you saw Avery and a young woman disappear down earlier.
Jesus Christ. Abram notices this, and while the other two are flipping themselves over and over, he nudges whoever's closest, like one of them.
I turned to look at you.
He kind of nods down the hallway.
I actually don't think I'd be there yet.
I don't know where you are, but that's okay.
You're
I'd be
definitely.
like-
This is 10 minutes. 10
I'm
minutes
here?
have gone by.
Okay.
You're definitely here.
Okay, I'm
Everyone's here. We're all ready to go. For the love of God, please, Aurelia,
I
put
finished-
yourself.
I finished
I'm looking the right way.
my delicious hot chocolate and just start walking down the hallway casually.
Magnolia cleans up
Next
after you, and
follows.
longingly
What
looks
did she do?
after you down the hall.
My ass is nice. Alright,
Yeah,
let's go.
you know
Oh my
what? Hold
God.
on, 1 second, please.
Yeah.
Oh man, yeah, she checks it out.
Oh my god.
Glad it was in the stars. Alright.
Where's it going? You put yourselves where you want to be, and I'll tell you what happens along the way.
Where is he going though?
We're gonna go. Hang on.
Where's the
This is
captain's
his room.
office?
No. Yeah.
That is his room.
Okay.
Okay, where's the door?
The captain's here?
Captain's door is over here, actually, in this armory room. Nope, Captain is down here. He's the red one. Purple one is you watch and a woman with silver hair walk by the mess hall as you guys are leaving.
That's the V lady. I don't remember.
Veronica?
Veronica? Victoria?
Victoria. Veronica,
Virginia?
probably. Virginia.
Close enough.
You watch V for Vendetta walk by, and unless you do anything to her, she just goes north.
No,
You got
I
things
mean-
to do, people.
basically, I want to get to the
Yeah,
roll
whatever
perception.
this room was. The armor.
Oh my god.
Who?
You.
All.
No.
Me?
Abram.
Oh.
Abram. Okay. Oh.
Okay. You feel warm as you pass through the staircase area.
All right.
That is all.
I
hated
ignore
them.
it.
The dire metal.
You what?
Oh God, we're dying. He said the dire metal.
The dire metal.
But I mean, honestly, I just want to be in this room. I don't know if anyone stops me because we're just walking through the facility.
You look through, and it seems that Silas doesn't seem to care. He's more focused on his work. But in the laboratories, you see Dr. Gerard, and as you walk by, his glasses slide down his nose a little bit, and he looks at you over them beneath his massive curly brown hair. He looks rather muscular for a scientist. And then he just kind of like gives you a quick nod, but he doesn't stop you from going into the armory. He doesn't seem to have any kind of care for enforcing whatever rules the ISF Weather Outpost station has.
Good. Bitch.
Okay.
Anyway,
Oh.
I don't like him.
Damn.
Like in character, Abram does not like him. But anyway. All right. So what's this door looking like?
It's a standard 1x10 door, and it's just like a knob that's locked. It seems to have some kind of key. It's got It's got two different locks. One that seems to be a magnetic lock, and then the other that seems to be a more traditional lock.
Oh, I'm out. Sorry.
Wait, I thought we
Cracks
got something. I
knuckles.
was gonna say I thought we had something to help with that. But first, is there Abram asks Nix quietly, perhaps even whispers because fuck. Are there any cameras or is this room bugged?
You look around and you see one camera, and it is directly above you. And with your passive, this is a passive wisdom kind of thing. This is what you get for putting all your shit into that one skill. Good for you. You can tell that it's actually its cone of view is focused on the weapons and the vehicles, and it doesn't actually look at the office door.
Excellent.
You've just gone right
So
underneath
hopefully
it.
there's no mics.
So as long as you
Blind
don't
it's
go
blind
over,
slash.
as long as nobody tries to go over to like take a gun or something like that, they don't have to worry about the cameras.
Okay, good.
You look out around the corner and you just see the lonely, mulleted, mustachioed Luigi going from computer to computer as he does his daily operator tasks.
Okay. I keep my ears ready.
Okay.
And let
Can
them
I
handle
provide
the
a
door.
distraction somewhere else?
Yeah.
Sure, but what was he even about to say first?
I'm listening, just
Okay.
in case somebody's walking in.
Sure. Aurelio, if you wanted to try that, then sure. I guess you'd have to tell me. Do you want to wait and see if there's any kind of issue anyway, or do you want to just like say I'm going to go out there and start banging some pans together?
Yeah, I want to go where the most people seem to be and keep them there.
Okay. Well, you saw the captain head down south into that lower area where Avery and the other woman went. I guess that's the highest density of people, but you're not allowed there. Staff only, according to the sign.
I'll stay here then. It's like away from the door, but like still in this area so people won't go.
Sure. I'm okay with that. If anything happens, you'll be the first to know.
Okay.
All right.
Nix, tell me what you're doing.
Security tools.
Oh, yeah, that's right. I forgot you have those. Okay.
Shit.
No. This is not the standard thing. You get to work on them, and you do a quick unscrew of one of the side panels, and you pop open the back, and you've got the LEDs, some wires, some circuitry open. You're roughly a little under halfway there, though. You might have to take a little bit more time, and that gives me the opportunity to roll a dice to determine who and what comes. Abram, you look around the corner, and you see Luigi. He runs across the room as a light starts to blink on the back console, but nothing else happens. Aurelio, Dr. Gerard looks at you, and he just kind of gives you like a decisive like sneer, and he's just kind of like ignoring you for the most part. But as soon as you actually get in the middle of his stuff, he'll probably confront you.
Me?
You. Stay out of the way.
Don't tell me what to do.
Dr. Silas walks past you and says, excuse me, laddie.
I avoid him like the plague.
Nix, make your second roll. You're trying to break You're trying to break 20. And every time that you don't break 20, I'm going to roll dice to see if somebody comes to interrupt you.
I have to break 20? What?
Yeah, I have to break 20 total. Oh, you make it. Click. You hear a sliding sound as some kind of bolt within yields. And then you just have the mechanical lock.
Okay, so...
You want to go tap out with Aurelio?
Yeah. Nix is going to go in and put a passing hand on his shoulder, like tagging him in.
All right. Silas takes notice of this, actually. He's kind of like a little strangely trying to like, wait, what's going on
Do we
there?
notice that he notices?
I don't know yet. I'm going to roll to see how much Silas notices. He really does. He looks at you, and he sees you tagging out like co-wrestler style, and like he doesn't make any noise. I'm going to see if you notice this. You do. You notice that.
Okay.
He doesn't say anything, but he just kind of like,
So I noticed that he notices something's off, and I look at Nix, and I say, the
You bark at
bathroom
him.
is that way.
Thanks.
Yeah. You're welcome. Okay. I want to go and fall away from now.
all right, sure.
That had to have worked.
Roll persuasion and roll a dexterity check to lockpick this door. Okay. 25. And okay.
The top one's persuasion. The bottom one's my deception with my proficiency in lockpicking.
Oh no, it's fine. It doesn't work the same way as the magnetic lock. You hear a clicking sound, and then you push the door forward, and it yields to your presence. You are very quiet, and no one seems to have noticed you yet, though there's no telling how much time you have before someone comes down the hallway. Nix, what are you doing? Where are you going? How are you doing stuff?
I'm going to go around because it'll be super suspicious if I go back in this room.
I see.
So I'm going to go around this way.
Okay.
And just kind of
You pass.
leisurely walk.
You walk through that hallway into the north. You see a large room with 2 swinging doors, and inside is a lot of workout equipment. And you see Veronica pumping iron.
Nice.
She's shredded.
Nice.
And now you're walking through the mostly empty command center, except for Luigi, who seems to be sweating profusely and kneeling over a console blinking with yellow lights.
She kind of looks over. Is something wrong?
What, man? Wait, what are you doing here? You're not so... Oh, whatever. No, don't worry about it. Just getting some data from the most recent probe, man.
You look sweaty.
Well, I mean,
and
yeah,
nervous.
it's exciting. I don't usually do this kind of thing. I don't like doing it by myself without Gerard here, the captain. I don't like being responsible.
Computer stuff?
No, yeah, a little bit. No, you can't help. No. Yeah, sorry. You keep running along to your friends.
Okay. I'm just exploring as much as I can.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. If you see Dr. Gerard or Captain ISF, can you send them back here? That'd be cool.
All right. Sounds good.
I think they're gonna want to see this.
And don't worry, I won't touch anything.
Oh, yeah. Cool.
Bye.
All right. Abram and Aurelia, what do you do in this short time of span before Nix rejoins you?
Enter Sandman.
Okay, you enter Sandman. You go inside, and the two of you are met with a large, well, not very large, but a relatively big desk area room. It's just like a, what's the term? An office. Aurelio, you're in the man's bedroom. Thank
No,
you.
I'm okay with that.
No, you're not. And you just see a computer and a filing cabinet, a few other things like that.
I go to the computer.
Okay, you go to the computer. You're gonna have to. This one does seem to have a another lock on it as well, just like Dr. Gerard. So you're gonna have to do some roly polies for me.
Okay.
Abram, you're free to do some stuff as well. It's not all limited to computer technology.
18!
Nice. I can
18.
stand outside of the door.
Nice.
And the door's shut. It's not locked, hopefully. It doesn't lock by itself, does it?
No, it doesn't lock by itself. You have to choose to lock it. Nix,
Okay.
you log onto the computer and you see that there's you look around. I'm not going to describe everything on the computer. That'd take way too long. But the most noticeable thing you notice is this. And I've posted it in the chat. It's going to be up to you to share it with people.
Holy shit.
Abram, what you doing?
Um,
Taking a look
My
out?
mouth is full.
Your mouth is full.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, Abram is eating his delicious, wonderful donut. He was going to be taking a look out. Roll perception for me.
Sure thing. Please God, Abram, open your eyes.
Okay. You hear that someone else is in the lab room, but you don't know who it is, and they don't seem to be moving around or doing anything. You just now hear 3 footsteps in the room to the south.
Can I just confirm that this is the correct email?
It is 100% correct, except for one minor change on the top. Nix, would you like to share with the class?
Is it the first line that's different?
Okay. Nix calls everyone else over to take a look, and feel free, anybody, just feel free to take a
Sorry.
look. Don't worry, no, it's a
I'm
puzzle. It's
looking,
supposed to be
but
kind of difficult.
I did not get a copy of, like a text copy
Like-
of the first letter, so I can't compare accurately.
I
I
think-
have shit.
Alright, I think I'll
Guys,
post
you have the copy.
the...
No, that's exactly it. It's a copy of the email that Dr. Gerard sent, except it's on the captain's computer.
It was
Yeah,
it
but
was
something's also
intercepted.
different, and I
You
want to
said
see what's
something
different.
was off. Different.
On the top, it says outbound email from, and then the IP address.
I'm assuming that's what's different.
That is what's
That
different.
Okay.
It's
That's
not.
fine.
It's not hidden within the body of the.
Okay. So it's an intercepted email.
Possibly.
Okay.
Aurelio.
Okay, go ahead.
Okay, Aurelio, we want to roll a. There's a back door.
Yeah.
If you really want to enter the bedroom, that's fine. Are you looking for
Yeah.
something in particular?
Anything that shows like either information towards what's going on with like the ruins in the mountain, or that information of him being compromised. And so on.
Roll investigation.
Whoa.
What did he get?
Nice.
I cannot see the thing.
Zero.
0.
Oh man, Aurelio, you trip and land face first on the floor.
He has a car trick.
What did he trip?
Yes, he has a great car. What did he trip on? Hey, and Abram, are you in the room?
No, because I'm keeping watch, but I mean, if someone gets me, then I'll poke my head in.
Well, then you can't look at what he tripped on.
I sure can.
Can I see? Can I see what he tripped on?
And roll perception.
Bitch.
The body.
The corpse of the real Captain Yusuf.
Terrifying.
17.
All right, yeah, you find a leather-bound book that's resting on the floor. It seems to have fallen off the bedroom when you guys were breaking in.
I take it.
Okay, everyone is allowed to read this book. I'm not going to be locking any more information to one person. I've learned my lesson.
Oh.
Oh, no, it's
This
fine.
is too long. Oh, it's his diary.
It is his diary. You find a diary on the floor. Abram, roll perception for me again, please.
Oh, that is as I can find the fucking.
Take advantage. You've been like you've set yourself up as the person who is watching and taking really good care to make sure you're watching. Okay, 17 is good.
17.
You hear some buzzing sounds coming from the command center, and Luigi going, "Oh God, oh man, oh God, oh man, oh God."
Can I tell if anyone's there with him yet?
Yeah. I mean, you poke your head out in the
I was
corner.
gonna say I take a few steps and peek in.
You look inside, and it's just Veronica hovering behind him, and she doesn't seem to know what's going on because she's not a trained operator or a technician. she's like more of a soldier pilot kind of person, and she's just kind of like trying to calm down Luigi. He's kind of like a little overly excited. Veronica just seems a little just like, ugh,
Like
not again.
excited or
Yeah.
like worried.
He's like, it's just, oh man, oh my god, this is above my pay grade.
That sounds like I can't. Does he seem in distress, or is he like actually like?
He seems like this is my moment. This is my
Okay.
time. Yeah.
Okay, Abram takes note of this, but he doesn't do anything.
Okay.
It'd be more problematic if someone walked into this room.
It would be problematic if someone walked into that room. And then someone does.
Yes. Who? Hello.
You see a young woman dressed in full overalls walk in through the south side door.
Do I recognize her?
You've seen her around. Her name is Tracy. She seems to be an engineer of some form.
Sure. I don't move. I just stand there with. I'm like leaning back
Roll
up
stealth.
against. No, I'm not hiding.
Well.
I mean, I can roll stealth. I hide on accident.
I think stealth is still a stealth or performance, but I think that we need to have some kind of modifier to determine how much of a sore thumb you are. Because there's something that's about to happen here as well. Okay, she looks directly dead ahead at like the wall of supplies, like and armor and helmets and guns and like equipment, and then she puts her hand to her chin, and then she steps forward and bends down and picks something up out of one of the baskets, and then turns around and then walks back through the door.
So she just took something.
And then left.
Uh,
if you roll below a 10, she would have noticed you, but she's very focused
That's
right now.
fine, but this door is like frosted, right, or some shit.
Yeah,
is it
it's just a
closed?
swinging
What's
door. It's
I just want to see what was in the box that she.
Okay.
Just pilfered from apparently.
I don't think you need to roll for anything. It seems to be a bunch of repair tools and like first aid, but for equipment. So like duct tape, soldering irons, a few other sci-fi level like a hot glue gun, but it's like very powerful glue, very powerful solvents and things like that.
Okay.
Yeah.
She's not gonna kill anyone. That's fine.
You just took a good look over. If you wanted to try and take something, you could, but once again, you'd be kind of like in danger of getting inside of the camera's range.
I have no need to take some duct tape.
Yeah. Okay. I don't know who's been reading the diary, but would they like to share, or would they like to have some more time to read?
I have.
Yeah, I read it.
So
I wonder
the
if I should just
captain.
read it out loud now that I think about it. Whatever. Do whatever you want to.
The captain is believes that the power of God has chosen him for a specific task, and is speaking to him. Like he is a prophet. And then he blocked the signal for his email to his superiors, saying that he is the final authority on this planet.
He blocked whose email?
He blocked Gerard's email.
Okay, I was worried for a second.
And I quote, "I am the final authority on this planet. I won't let him bring in outside forces to sweep away the discovery that is rightfully mine. I have instructed Lieutenant Avery to keep a close eye on him and make me aware if he violates any codes." And then he wrote an entry about us. He says that he has to ensure that we stay out of ISF business and has tasked Victoria and Avery, soldiers through and through, to keep an eye on us. As soon as the blizzard blows over and Magnolia is well enough to leave, he will remove us from the premise. He wants to question Magnolia personally. The northeast backup generator has been damaged. However, they will not need it. It is a coincidence that it happened after our 4 visitors arrived. I've told her to focus on the drills and other vehicles for now. We will need them soon. The doctor's instruments have triangulated the location of the signal. If we have any more interruptions by unscheduled traders, I will have to use force to remove them from the mountain, or detain them if it comes to that. So he is onto us. I think.
However, he
might
still
have
thinks we're diplomats.
It might be the thrall of the promise of ultimate power.
That seems like what it is to me. That's the voice I heard.
I don't feel comfortable leaving without dealing with the captain first.
And then the sirens go off.
Oh God!
You see the yellow lights circling around the room, and you hear the pounding of boots against floor, and you see what appears to be the captain.
In the room?
Yes.
Wait, I'm still in the bedroom, right?
I'm still in the room.
Abram, you get a reaction. What do you do with it?
Fuck. Are they like going towards the weapons and shit, or are they going somewhere? Can I tell?
We're in freeze frame. A hand has just burst through the door and is frozen in place as the bullet time begins.
Jesus, tackle. No, he does not. Fuck. Guys, any request before I decide what to do?
Oh, go for it.
Don't seem suspicious.
Seems suspicious.
Door wide open to the captain's office.
No, I said it was closed. I want to make
okay.
that clear.
Yeah, we
Abram
closed
definitely
it.
closed it. He's just standing there trying to look casual. But
Aurelio is also in the bedroom.
Okay.
Are you always in men's bedrooms? Okay.
Abram, roll performance.
I'm rolling performance.
Yes,
okay.
you are.
Where's my sheet? Get out of here. Performance. Hey, I have at least not negative.
Well, you're probably pretty good at it.
I wouldn't say pretty good.
Oh, okay.
You'd think.
Ooh.
Oh, you'd think.
Uh,
So here's what I'm gonna do.
okay.
I'm gonna stand here.
You're gonna stand there.
I'm gonna just be standing here.
Okay. You know, if you roll really badly, but then you're like, wait, I have a good plan, then like we'll talk.
Oh well, we'll see what happens, I guess.
All right, guess no, we won't. Okay. The captain bursts through the door, followed by 4 people. I'm sorry. No, actually 4 people. One of them being Avery. And they're all like just running through past, and the captain looks you like dead in the eye, and he quickly barks at you to get out of here, get back to the barracks room. But
What's going on?
None of your business. And then he runs into the command center alongside
There we
you.
go, handled.
Can I quickly?
You're inside the office. If you want to come out,
I'm still on.
Please get out.
I'm still on the computer, right?
Yeah.
I unblock the signal and send the email.
Shook.
The DM will remember that. Okay, it's too late. You cannot change it.
Fine.
Okay, I just want you to know that you've changed everything.
Oh my
Whoops.
god.
I broke the campaign.
You changed
You did.
everything that was. You changed everything. Everything has changed. Okay, yeah, you're standing alone in the armory room. Yellow lights are flashing, but the sirens have stopped. Everybody seems to be huddled around a computer in the command center.
Let's go.
Yep, exactly.
Go where?
I'm here.
Oh my god.
I'm gonna roll performance though,
Yeah?
to like act
Uh-huh.
like I totally belong.
Okay, yeah, do it. Absolutely. I believe it 100%. Aurelio, roll performance.
I'm gonna die.
Abram, you can hang out here. It's a big command center. It's a tall room. You can hang in the
gonna-
back. Oh my
I'm gonna
god.
hang out with.
Aurelio, you walk
We're in the
right
back.
up next to Luigi and put your arms around his shoulders, and like you're like, oh my god. And Luigi looks. He doesn't even look at you. He's like, yeah, man. And you're looking up at a large computer on the front. I'm sorry, he should be in front of you. And you're looking up at a large screen that is projecting like a ultrasound almost.
Someone's pregnant?
The mountain's
Nick?
having a...
And
What?
How long were you in that room?
What's on the screen? What's going on?
Well, you see, the ultrasound has a very specific. Okay, it appears to be a gigantic dome
Inside the mountain?
inside the mountain.
Like metal dome?
Now you can't tell. It's just it's an object that just it's like everything is shaky and warbled as stone often is, and then this is just a dome of black on this ultrasound.
I turn to Captain Yusef and I go, what do you think that is?
I think
With
it's
my
what,
19 performance.
I think it's what we're looking for, son. It's
You
gonna be
did well,
the...
Captain.
Thank you, thank you.
They're gonna remember your name for years to come.
I'm going.
Thank you, Private. And you were part of this
Looks on
too.
a horror.
Your name is gonna be up on that memorial alongside every single one of us.
Yeah,
Abram
he like
rubs his
picks
nose.
missiles and like wipes away a tear. It said in his book that he would die for his comrades.
Nick,
He's a good man.
Nyx pinches the bridge of her nose.
The captain just looks satisfied and smiling.
I can't.
Wait a minute.
All right,
Okay.
Ben, load up. We're leaving within the hour. I want everybody battle stations. We're going to be exploring, and I want some heavy-duty equipment. Make sure that those 3 people are kept in the barracks, though. I don't want them intruding on us while we're doing any of our business. That understood? Aye, sir. Whoa!
Sir. Hoorah!
Shut up, Aurelia.
Aurelio's still like moving with the pack, just so y'all know.
All right. The pack is beginning
Aurelio's
to
gone.
disperse a lot, Aurelio. The captain
Why?
seems to be standing his ground alongside Luigi, staring up at this ultrasound. Avery begins to walk back towards the area where Nyx and Aurelio are. Silas does the same. We have Tracy,
Okay.
who walks by as well. That is Dr. Gerard, and Dr. Gerard is going to roll for insight.
Who's Dr. Gerard?
The doctor. Is
The
the brown
doctor.
one, I think.
The doctor
Orange. What?
looks... No, Dr. Gerard has no icon.
Oh, okay.
There's 2 doctor, one that's a medic, one that's Dr. Gerard, whom
But
you have,
Silas is the orange.
Is this him?
Yes, that is him. Dr. Gerard. And he looks directly to his left, dead in your eyes. Just having not bought any of that and wondering what the fuck just happened.
Aurelio just goes. He does like a little like mock salute, and he keeps going into this room.
Okay.
Nyx kind of like tugs on Avery's like. Is he wearing sleeves?
Yeah, he's wearing a long sleeve kind of... I don't want to say it. It's just a military fatigue. It's got like a little icon of the ISF on the breast.
Tugs on his sleeves lightly. What's going on? I heard alarms.
Well, they've been checking out the mountain for a while. Apparently they think there's something underneath it. We're going to be loading up and digging as soon as we can. You guys need to stay here, okay? It's still windy and blizzarding out. I don't want you guys to freeze to death. I'm not going to be able to save you this time, alright?
I think you're underestimating my ability in the Arctic.
This is Slove. It eats people alive, alright? And we don't know what's going to happen on that mountain. We might trigger a landslide or something. Can you just stay here, please?
I'm really gonna have to insist. I think you're gonna need my expertise.
Tracy and Silas will be here. If you need help with anything, you can just talk to them. And you guys aren't part of this operation. You're not soldiers. You're not part of the ISF. You're just traitors. Don't worry
We're
about it.
diplomats.
We're not
Diplomats.
traitors.
I gotta go. And Tracy, hold on. And Tracy's like trying to like wave him over, like, come on, man, what the fuck? We gotta get going.
Please trust me.
Avery, come on. No, stay here. And then he walks off. Storms off almost.
Oh, he's lucky he has nice hair.
Dr. Gerard walks up behind you. Yeah, he does have nice hair.
That's not what I said. He's
Oh.
lucky.
I
don't.
Oh my god.
Hair?
Abram grabs Nyx by the wrist and we're going back to the barracks. Like he's like dragging her.
Okay. Barracks back across
Without,
the area.
without stopping.
We're just going to the barracks. I'm just yeah, okay.
Bye.
That happens. That's fine.
Whichever room was ours.
Sure.
I don't care.
Right here.
Wait, I want to come too.
Yeah, I don't care either. You're back there, whatever.
Okay.
Lights are still going. Everybody's getting ready to hear the pounds of footsteps. What do you choose to do?
Everyone's getting ready. Can we steal outfits?
That
Like,
that would have been something to do back in the armory, and that's fine if you want to be back there and attempt to steal
yeah,
outfits.
I want to be back.
Well, this is the only reason I moved us here is so we could talk about our plan and character or whatever
Okay.
without being intruded on.
Yeah,
So, yes,
talk about
we-
your plan. We'll decide where it took place after we figure out what the plan is.
Sure.
I
That sounds-
want to steal
Oh my God,
their
steal the
clothes and
Iron
stuff and look like.
I'll drive.
Oh,
Wait, what?
Abram wants to steal the Iron Wing.
No.
He doesn't say that. That was just me. Abram's just kind of standing there wondering, what are we going to do when we steal the uniforms? That's what he says in character.
With a
Guys, our snowmobile is perfectly capable.
and
Can
they're
it go
gonna see
faster
us
than
or
their
hear us.
machines?
It can go pretty goddamn fast. I'll push it as hard as I can.
It can definitely go faster than the drilling mechs. It probably can't go faster than the Iron Wing, but you don't have any evidence that that's being put to use anyway.
If they're
if it
using
was,
the
it'd just be
Iron
another
Wing,
person.
it'll definitely get there before us, but we will absolutely get there before the mechs.
Okay, let's do it then.
Right, suit up.
All
All
right.
right, so wait, hold on. What are we doing? We're dressing up as them and riding.
No, it
And
sounds like you
riding
guys
we're
are just
just-
gonna leave.
we're
Oh, we're just
going.
going. Wait, she said suit up. I was like, what? We have
Yeah.
suits.
Abram
I
just
mean,
goes.
it's
Power
already-
Rangers, they're wearing the same exact thing he's going to be wearing.
Abram looks at you excitedly for a moment, and then you're like, "No, the clothes that we're already wearing." And then like his face just slowly begins to contort back to its original neutral
Aw.
expression.
Oh.
Remember to dress up your peepers so that they stay warm.
Okay. You guys
Put
are
it in my
gonna.
shirt. Let's
Okay, you guys head back down the ways, and you don't see too many people. You see Veronica and Tracy. Your garage is the area that you want to be to get your your thing. You see Magnolia sitting at the dining room table, just kind of by herself. Tracy is in the room with the drill mechs alongside Veronica. You see them getting ready and appearing to be equipping the drill mechs for doing something.
Where's our snowmobile?
It's in there.
I'm gonna go into the. Okay. I'm gonna go into a corner.
Mm-hmm.
She says, Abram and Aurelio guard me, like, quietly, so that no one hears.
Wait.
She's gonna hack into the light system and pull a beacon.
Wait. Wouldn't it just be easier if we said, "All right, we're going back to Slove"?
Yes.
Like
unless
this is way
Magnolia-
too much for us. We're leaving.
But Magnolia's not ready to go.
Yeah, we're not taking Magnolia. We're not actually going back to Slove.
Won't that be suspicious if we say we're going back to Slove but not taking Magnolia?
No, because she's not ready to go. And Captain wanted to question her anyways.
I'm sorry.
We could probably make
Veronica's
a-
not in there, or Victoria. I mean.
Oh.
You got me.
We could
doing
probably make up a reason as to why she's not coming, or like say we'll come back, or
Yeah.
I'm sure you guys can transport her more safely than us on a 3-person on a
Yeah.
single snowmobile through a blizzard.
You do look outside. It's definitely actually for real. Sees a blizzard outside.
Yeah, we'll be fine.
Yeah.
Will
Alright,
be
fine.
great. I do want to say something, Magnolia. I mean, you guys go first, but I'm just letting DM know that I'm not gonna like warp out.
Where's the captain?
He's in the command room.
Nix is gonna go over and she's gonna knock on the door.
Okay. You're in it.
We're just like running around
Right.
this
She's
compound.
gonna go in.
Okay. You're inside.
She says, "Sir, if it means if it, wow, I cannot speak today.
Okay.
Sir, Abram, Aurelio, and I are going to head back to Slove.
Oh, that's so.
We deem that all we're doing right now is getting in your way and wasting precious resources.
Well, I agree to that, but I do believe that you should be staying in the barracks for the time being. I don't want you going anywhere and being a liability. I don't want you injured in the storm. Can you please just stay put? I'm sure that you'll have Tracy to keep you company.
I don't think that'll be an issue for us. I'm actually very well versed in how to survive in these conditions, sir.
I'm afraid you're not going to be able to convince me. I can't afford the liability, ma'am.
We came on our own accord. We're, for all intents and purposes, off the record.
Well, there was no blizzard when you arrived. Besides, what will we do with Magnolia? She can't go back out in the storm.
I'm sure you are more capable of taking her back to Slove than we are on a 3-person bike.
Ma'am, my decision is final. Stay in your barracks. Now, if you'll please. And he waves you out of the room. Aurelio,
I'm pulling
you're
a
standing-
beacon! I'm going in the corner and I'm going to shut off all the lights.
That's
This
going
is
to
what
require a
happens when
roll.
Nick's pumped.
But Aurelia, what are you doing?
I'm gonna talk to the captain.
You going to talk to Captain? Okay, sure. I have a quick question for you guys. I don't want to tell you how to play, but why do you need the captain's permission?
Oh, I just want information from him.
Okay.
Yeah.
Ugh.
So,
How are you doing, son?
oh man, I'm doing good. I'm excited about this. This is awesome for you.
Well, I'm glad that you're excited.
I'm sure we'll be able to tell Sargosa the tales of Captain Yusef and his great discovery.
Ah, that would be so nice. But I don't do it just for the ego. I'm truly looking forward to whatever kind of scientific discovery lies in wait beneath that large, cragged surface.
Of course, it's exciting, sir. I mean, this This must be God's will for you to do this.
Oh, it must be. I've spent 7 years here, and while it's been relaxing, I'm most excited that I'm just finally getting to do something with these hands.
Yeah.
It's a shame they brought along that Dr. Gerard, as if I needed help with whatever kind of thing lies beneath those rocks.
Is he getting in your way?
Oh, no, he's certainly the best of the best. I just don't feel he's necessary here. Avery, hurry up! We need those warthogs going in a minute.
I don't know. He's been kind of a sketchy character since we got here.
Really?
I'm sure you have it all under control.
No, please.
You are the captain,
I
of
would
course.
very much so appreciate any kind of information you could share with me. We would be a service to the ISF. I'm sure that you're Sargasson citizens, but everything is for the best when you help the ISF.
Of course. I mean, the ISF seems to know what they're doing. I don't know. He just it's very secretive. I don't know. He's just kind of weird. I mean, he doesn't really do too much, and he's always squinting at his comrades. Seems like he doesn't really trust anyone. But I don't know. It might just be his character trait. Who knows?
Perhaps. Roll persuasion. You know, perhaps I'll consider asking him if he'd prefer to stay on the base during this excursion. You should really get back to the barracks, however, though, Aurelio. I see no reason for you to be in the command center. Really, it's only staff only. I'm afraid I'm going to have to ask you to leave.
Sure. Of course, sir. When you come back, though, I would love to hear tales to possibly write down to bring back to Sargasso with me. I'm sure the other diplomats in the society would love to hear about you.
Oh, most certainly. I refuse to have anything get in the way between me and whatever lies beneath that mountain. I'm sure it'll make a fantastic story.
Sounds good, sir. Thank you. He does like a little bow and he like goes away.
Ah, yes, the captain smiles.
Oh, beautiful.
Okay, now what did you three plan to do? What's you got your snow bike in there? You see Tracy running around trying to equip things on drill mechs. Magnolia's staring at you with some kind of perplexed expression upon her face.
Are you gonna do it next?
I'm going to do it. I'm
Okay.
going to pull a beacon.
This might be a tough one. It's not guaranteed, but what is the plan after you shut off all the lights?
After we're going
plan?
to make a break for our bike.
Are you just going to try and shut down the lights in the garage?
Uh,
I will admit that would probably be easier than the entire compound.
yes.
Okay.
If beacon can do it, I can do it.
Yeah.
We'll see. Okay.
Woo!
Well, now the question is, when do you choose to do it? And I thought Abram wanted to talk to Magnolia before everything kicked off.
I
I'm
can
gonna
do
wait
it.
until they power up the mechs because they're gonna make a lot of noise, a lot more noise than a little tiny bike would.
Interesting. All right, Abram, what's up?
I'm just gonna talk to Magnolia. Like, I just unceremoniously walk over to her and I kneel down so, like, my voice doesn't have to be loud for me to be heard. And I say, do not let Captain Yosef talk to you.
Why?
Just trust me.
Okay. Roll persuasion.
I stood up. Mistakes. Abram, you're not a very persuasive man, but I believe
Take
I-
advantage. Take advantage. Yeah, have advantage.
My
on
eyes are
persuasion.
beautiful. My face gives me advantage over Magnolia.
Your face
Sure he
does give
likes
you
you,
advantage
so
on
I'm sure.
Magnolia. Okay, yeah, Ishida seems to watch you go, sitting at her little chair. Her feet seem almost healed, by the way.
Yeah. He says, we'll be back.
Okay, be safe.
And then he goes, like, and hangs out with his crew,
All right,
his party
Mm.
people.
and then the lights turn off in the garage. Just you look through the hallway. It's a very short hallway. You just hear a cloom, and then this is everything off. And then you just see a pair of green, like reflective lights, like eyes, and then Tracy, like a small mouse-like voice, just go, "Huh."
All right, we should run in there, right?
Yeah, we're
Let's
going.
go.
You,
We're going.
Aurelia, you have night vision, and you look, and you just see this poor
Yeah.
woman with her arms outstretched, trying to like flounder to where like the wall is, and she's just kind of like walking in circles.
Can I just hold her and guide her?
No,
That would require you
she's
to.
not supposed to know we're even here.
Yeah,
Let her die.
You can, but she would know that you're there.
Not unless I don't say who I'm Avery now. Now let's go.
We go to the bike and we go.
Okay,
Bye.
you guys hop on the bike. The engines are going. Roll stealth. I feel like I need to make you roll something before you pull this caper off.
Do I?
All of us are just her.
Whoever has the best stealth score, but only one of you.
I have 0 in stealth.
+5.
Okay.
No,
Go.
He's luckier. You do it.
Go.
Okay. Yep. One of you can roll, but you can decide who it is. All right. Yeah. You. And then this is not what a snowmobile is meant for, but on the concrete, the paddles catch and push, and you guys like slide, grinding up the front wheel. The front slides across the concrete. And
I use my feet to kick us faster.
out the Abram pushes, and you are pushed out into the snow and into the dark, winding, windy snow globe that's surrounding you all.
Hang on to your hats, guys.
I didn't know about.
Oh yay!
Where are we going?
We got the big old map. Okay.
The
So
mountain.
You guys
To
are
the
on that
mountain.
red icon.
What?
Hey. Or the red.
Or the red.
Or we're at the red
We're
right
at the
now.
red. We're gonna use
and
Nyx
the
to
mountain
symbolize.
is over here.
Yep, the dead center of the mountain is that.
Right.
Yep.
Okay, we
Let's
need to-
go.
So where
Should we
where
go like? We should probably go
Wait.
through like this way,
Do I
right?
hear the sound of like an engine?
No. Well,
Or
I mean,
any-
yeah, you hear
okay.
people in commotion and cars getting revved up, and you still hear the drill mechs. You guys are just like 10 feet away from the garage, but just 10 feet enough is to completely obscure.
I don't hear an iron wing, do I?
No, you do not hear an iron wing. No.
Good. All right. So we're going straight for the heart of the mountain.
Okay. All right. To the sun. You guys have looked at some stuff. You know that around here is where they've been kind of like digging. But you don't have to go there. I just wanted to warn you ahead of time that they're kind of on that eastern half, that eastern quarter. You guys can choose any place you want to go. That's the route. That's the route you want to take. That one right there. You guys found.
Sure.
You
Don't
guys
do it.
found. Well, I'm going to tell you why not. Because you found your lovely woman in the snow around here.
All right,
Oh,
go.
let's go that way.
That way.
Okay. All right. That's fine.
I don't know how to delete.
That's fine. We're already dead. You go and start your drive through the woods and through the snow. It's difficult to see, but Nyx, luckily this is your favorite terrain, so you don't have too much trouble. You can anticipate where the ice is going to be and where snowdrifts might be too deep for you to get through. And luckily your snowmobile is very well built for this kind of situation. It seems to be like, it's purpose built for this. You guys keep heading out, and eventually you get back to the place where you had originally found Magnolia, and you no longer see your footprints, but you can recognize it just by the way that the lighting is and the trees around and the way that it begins to slope up towards the summit of the mountain. And you just keep heading north. This time you keep on going past Magnolia's original steps and upwards. In the process, you come across two things, one right after the other. You come across large footprints, beefy, thick, turgid, and they are barely visible in the snow. It seems like something has crawled through this area a long time ago, and the snow has just barely begun to finally top it off. But because you're just so in tune with the nature of the Arctic environment, you can recognize that this is the trail of an animal. The other thing that you notice is a strange, a very strange sight. It's impossible to fully describe because it doesn't usually exist in nature, but you see a brook running through snow. It's heading
Is it the
south.
same brook from? Is it the same brook from before?
Potentially, you don't know. The brook from before was several miles to the south. That might
Is
be
it
the same one.
Is it leading towards the?
It's going towards the summit, but it's taking a different route than the creature footprints.
Guys, something is telling me we should follow the brook. Are we all? Are we good?
Yes.
All right.
Okay. You begin to
All
follow
right,
the
we go.
brook, and you're careful not to actually dunk anything in the water. It's shallow, but the higher you get up the mountain, the farther you head north, the stronger the flow becomes because gravity is getting more and more sloped, but also because the brook is widening. As you head up, you notice that on the far, far, far west, just off it, barely in the distance that you're able to see, another brook. And then another. and you're seeing more and more flowing water as you get towards the summit. You're about halfway up the mountain now. I'm going to ask all of you to make Constitution saving throws against the cold.
Do I get
Uh,
advantage?
I'm pretty sure that you're immune, Nix, but you please should probably take a look at the rules and play
I
fair.
get advantage because of my parka.
You do
That's
get
all.
advantage because of your parka. Nix, I don't think you even really need the parka.
Please give it to me. Really?
Let me
We're
just-
dying.
Inspiration will also let you reroll.
I get an 18.
Okay, Aurelia, you resist the cold this time, just as before with your delicious parka. The warmth and the fur and the
Actually,
disgusting fluorescent light keeps you from freezing. What's going on, Adam?
Abram got a crit.
Abram got a crit fail.
Oh, yeah. And I don't have an inspiration, apparently.
Really? That's interesting. I don't think I've ever heard you use
Yeah.
inspiration.
Me neither, but it's not there.
Huh.
Goodbye, JoJo.
Unless
Don't
Nyx,
worry, it's
unless
fine.
Nyx has like fancy
So
bullshit
travel.
that she can pull out of her ass because of her arcane Arctic knowledge.
I'm remain alert. If I'm traveling alone, move stealthily, forage, fight twice as much food.
Read,
God.
read more. Keep going.
I can't get lost except for magical means. Difficult terrain doesn't slow my travel.
Oh yeah, you guys are going fucking fast.
Zoom.
While
Yeah,
tracking
those
other
are pretty
creatures, you also
fucking
learn
fast.
their exact number, their sizes, and how long ago they passed through the
Oh
area.
shit, really?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, those are owlbear tracks, and they're going up into a mountain cave somewhere.
Nice.
About halfway
I
up the
don't-
mountain, the owlbear likes to make its nest.
When you make an
boy.
intelligence or wisdom check related to your favorite terrain, you have your proficiency bonus is doubled if you're using a skill you're proficient in.
Okay, that's insane.
So
Sure.
I think I'm immune.
I think you are immune as well. Sure, why not?
I'm good.
We'll say you're.
So I
mostly immune.
yank off my coat and give it to Abram.
Okay, Abram, you can reroll.
Please save me.
Yeah, you know that owlbears like to nest in. Oh god, this is fate. Abram, you suffer 1 level of exhaustion,
Jesus
It's
Christ.
fine.
which means disadvantage on skill rolls.
Yeah, I got you. right there.
Yeah, you guys know. Well, Nyx knows that the dreaded white-tailed owlbear likes to make its nest about halfway up mountains in roughly chilly areas where other people don't like to go or other animals don't like to go, and they like deep caves.
Alright, so we might encounter another owl bear. However, I have skills to pay the bills.
Okay, onwards you go,
God.
upward the mountain, unless you change your course. Okay, you guys are going to continue up. Eventually, you start to notice some sounds off in the distance of loud engines, things roaring like a furious furnace. But you see nothing. Maybe some lights far off in the distance, but everything is so foggy you cannot discern anything. You get up to the mountain, and eventually you're looking directly up. That you're within the clouds. You could reach up and you can touch the thick fog and the mist that is forming this almost like an impenetrable wall of white. And snow is all around you. You're freezing. Abram, your bones feel like they're getting to become cold, turning to rocks and stone rather than flesh and blood. The snow wheel begins to slow down just because you're at such a steep incline, but you don't need to get off and climb just yet. And you press through the fog wall above you, and you continue on. Howling wind all around you. You're freezing to the bone, and then you feel warm. And with your eyes tight shut against the burning, whipping wind and cold, you press forward, and then you feel nothing. And you open your eyes, and all 3 of you are standing in a beautiful green meadow.
What?
How warm is it?
Very, about 60.
Nice, okay.
All around you is green grass, tall grass, some flowers. There's a lovely brook and a lake that's fueling it all.
I'm gonna look around and I want to see if there is any caves.
Roll a nature check.
Nature.
Okay,
15.
you look around and every direction is just like a green field. It's several hundred feet in radius. Perhaps even like almost a mile almost. It's a big mountain at this top apparently. You didn't realize that it'd be so flat at the top. You thought it'd like peak, but it just doesn't. Eventually you look far enough that you just you're just in a cone of white, cloud. You're in the clouds essentially, and directly above you is mostly clear sky. The heat is rising and clearing away all this fog that is blowing around you. Nature, you see a beautiful lake in the center, almost crystal clear blue, and it's fueling several brooks that are coming off of it and heading down different directions down the side of the mountain.
This is really weird, right?
Very.
Okay.
Usually,
Usually what?
if this were an actual peak of a mountain, you two should be dying.
Oh.
It's true, they can't resist the air pressure. They just kind of like explode.
Yep.
No, it's fake. That's not real.
Nah, just the oxygen levels should be extremely thin up here, and it should be so cold that we can barely feel anything.
Abram,
Even I could probably barely feel anything.
Abram, make a perception check.
Okay.
You look around you in this beautiful meadow full of life, but unfortunately, life is a cycle. And you find what appears to be a small, like, furry creature, like a white rabbit. And unfortunately, it's passed long ago, several days. Who knows how long? Perhaps it was chilled, so you can never really see. Perhaps it was almost like frozen. But now it's beginning to die and decay, and all around its open wounds caused by the scavengers of bacteria and all that is a faint white powder substance.
Rabbits on coke.
Actually, we have all the information that the other two, like the letters and shit.
Yes,
pages.
yeah, you totally do.
Maybe that's the mold, or the bacteria, or whatever. I forgot what it was called.
Poor rabbit.
Is that the only dead thing around here?
Everything else looks very lush. It's the only thing you can find. Perhaps if you wanted to look a little bit more, you could find other things. But that's it. That's as far as you can tell. Getting up here was a struggle, so it's kind of hard. It's hard to believe that this rabbit even got up here to begin with. But once it was here, it probably lived a nice life until whatever happened.
Which is strange. You would think it would thrive once it was up here. I now feel uneasy in this beautiful meadow.
I'm going to... Hold on. Let me see, what does this do?
I don't know what it does.
Well, meanwhile,
Nope,
are there any other signs of people, like footprints in the grass, things like that?
I'm gonna say that Abram has to do a little bit of a walk around, so before we can fully appreciate the world around him. Roll survival, Abram. You're just gonna be walking around, hopping over brooks. Everything is mostly a rough stone or very tough dirt.
15.
You stick your hand in the dirt and you feel that it does still have a bit of a cold nature to it once you get deep enough, implying that this is not usual. The water is absolutely beautiful. It's almost like filtered water that you get right out of the tap. It's all running and seems to be flowing unending from the lake that forms like a nice circle in the dead center. But you don't find any signs of life, no footprints. No people, no carcasses, nothing that looks like a fire that was built. No broken branches, no gunpowder, no brass shells left behind, or burn marks from plasma weapons. Nothing. Nothing at all. No, it seems like no human has ever been here before, almost.
Strange.
Nyx is gonna go over to the water.
Okay.
And she's gonna examine it.
All right. Do you want to tell me? Do you want to roll, or do you want to just tell me what you do, and we'll answer each question in kind?
She's going to kind of put her fingers in the water.
Okay. It's incredibly warm.
That's very strange.
Yep. You put it in there, and it's almost like hot bath water. Not burning,
Jesus.
but
Hot
This was
spring.
weird.
very warm water.
There's a heat source underneath.
Hey,
Oh,
can she use
so-
her eyeball?
Sure, she can use her eyeball.
Using my heat vision.
Okay, you look down, and the entire environment around you is relatively warm. The fog, it's blue. It's so like very cold. It's like some kind of invisible barrier is keeping the cold winds at bay, which is it's not true. This is an effect created by the rising hot air. There's no actual technological barrier, but the water is a beautiful warmth. And as you cast it more towards the center of the pond, you do see that in the middle is what appears to be some kind of warmth radiating from below.
Are we at the center? Like, are we at the center circle that I
Like the
circled?
summit.
Roughly a little bit farther south, but it's not because you aren't in the center of the. You're at the top of the mountain. It's just that that gray space represents an entire mountain range, and the mountain that you guys are occupying is a little bit more towards the south side. Yeah, a little around there, just a little bit, maybe a hex. Yeah, there you go.
Okay.
Whatever the heat source is, it's in the center of this lake.
Let's go swimming.
Ah.
Aurelio strips
Okay.
to his undies.
All right,
Well, all right.
Aurelia, what you
Oh,
doing?
I have a high constitution, so I can hold my breath.
Yeah,
Uh,
yeah.
I'm gonna dive in.
All right, yeah, you dive in. You're gonna swim out to the middle of the lake. It's more like a pond, I suppose. I call it a lake because it just looks so serene.
Yep.
Okay, and then you're in
Doggy
this-
paddles his way over.
Okay, you're all looking in horror as he doggy paddles his way over. It's actually shockingly impressive that he can swim so well, given that he's from a desert planet.
Yeah, you know, it's instinct.
And then you're in the middle of the lake, and then and then plunge down beneath the surface. And you swim
Sweet.
down, and you feel your eardrums pop. Luckily, the water is not super dirty, and you keep heading downwards, and then instead of dirt or sand, you look down and you see metal sheets with a strange pattern like circuitry or twisted canals dug into it. And that is the bottom of this lake. Not
Is it-
sand, not dirt, not silt.
Is there like, can I touch it?
Okay, you touch it.
Is it warm?
Very. Not
Is
hot.
there a hatch in it anywhere?
You look around, and to your left and right, you see nothing, but straight ahead, more towards the top north-hand side, you do see what appears to be like a gaping square opened up in it. And that is difficult to get to because it seems to be where the water is flowing from.
Okay, I'm gonna go back up and tell Nick's neighbor what I see.
Okay, you guys get that same information.
ready to go swimming?
Well, before that, if Aurelio is correct in assuming the water is coming from there, I don't think we can swim down through it. The current's probably too strong and possibly too hot.
Unless we make a good DC check.
It never got
Aurelio
warmer.
doesn't say.
It never got warmer heading down there. It's maintained the warmth.
Well,
Uh,
and Aurelia, do you think we could swim against the current coming out of it?
Does Aurelio think they could swim against the current?
Yeah. Who knows what might happen once you get down really deep? But it
Yeah.
wasn't so resistant to you that you were being forced back. It was actually.
I weigh 135 pounds and I can do it.
Yeah, maybe load up your coat with some like a pile full
Aurelio
of stones
does.
or something, and you could probably get down there. It was a big hole. Like it wasn't like a pipe like 8 feet wide just spraying water out. It was like I don't know, like 100 yards square that like water is just like exuding from gently, like overflowing rather than actually being forced.
As this
out.
conversation's going on, Aurelio's putting rocks in his underwear.
Well,
I-
my
is
only
there,
concern
like-
is that it doesn't end sooner than our breath will end.
is it at an edge?
It seems to be in the dead center of the lake.
All right.
Is it at an edge? I'm not
Nyx
exactly sure what that
fishes
means.
through
but-
her satchel on her hip,
Mhm.
and she takes out her oxygen mask,
Oh.
puts it over her mouth.
Wow, we're remembering the magic items that we all bought at the store. Look at that! I'm so proud
And
of
you
you.
thought I was nuts.
I did think you were nuts.
And
Okay.
then she closes up the vents in her arm.
All right, I'm for it. Yeah, you're
So then-
definitely waterproof.
Yep.
Okay.
She says, "Cannonball," and dives right in.
Okay.
Do I make a sweet splash?
You do make a sweet splash. You
Actually, wait.
What was that?
Probably has a bag. Can you just put his clothes in the bag?
Sure.
And that will like help weigh him down.
Yeah, I guess so. I not as much as Rocks would.
There's rocks in his underwear.
Okay, you want to put your clothes back on? I don't.
No.
They're gonna get wet anyway. I'm wondering if you might as well just wear them. Okay. I understand.
Nyx
You
is
want to let
just
it
wearing
flow.
her
You want it to
clothes.
be free.
Yeah.
Okay, Nyx, you're gonna swim down, and we're gonna let you be the scout. If you guys choose to follow her, it's at your discretion. But I'm just gonna follow her right now, narratively. Nyx, you look at this large, open, black square, and you dive in. And it might be a little scary at first. I don't know if you're someone who's afraid of water or deep kind of things like that. But you press through, and it never gets too dark, especially since you're pretty satisfied with your whole thermal vision thing. You're kind of used to being able to see in different spectrums. And the warmth radiating around the iridescent energy is giving you a little bit of a way to navigate anyway. And you only head down like an extra 10 feet, and eventually you hit like I guess you could call it like the bottom, like a flat surface. And you went down like the immediate edge of the square. So as you went down, you look to your side, and the wall of this hole within a hole is a glass wall. And you look inside, and you see a gaping, massive cavern, gigantic and open. And far down below, you see what appears to be a gigantic dome covered in all kinds of different glowing lines with vents on the side that are pouring out steam. Water from this gigantic square seems to be connected to another larger reservoir that you see connected into the upward ceiling of this cavern, and from the far end you see it dumping out water, and it's free falling several hundred feet before landing into a gigantic cauldron made of some kind of metal that is feeding the water into this gigantic dome with the vents pouring out steam on the side. You see several other like paths that seem to be going down the side of the cavern. You see zigzagging cuts into the earth, into the rock. You see a few other openings in the cavern that either head south or west or east or north or whatever directions. But everything seems to be going down into this gigantic dome beneath you. It's several hundred feet across. It might be like a mile across. It seems to be just as big as the lake is. Bigger even. It's large, tanned, like a brownish almost kind of metal. A russet.
Do I see an entrance into the reservoirs?
Well, you could follow this water. It might be hard for people to hold their breath, but if you follow this water, you would follow this water underneath the lake, which seems to just be overflow. It's like you're in a cauldron that it seems to be kind of made of glass. It's just overflowing with water, and it's coming out the top of the mountain. But you could go farther down into this large square, this pit. Very difficult to describe. But if you just kept swimming, you could eventually come out the waterfall. But then you might have bigger problems.
Well, that seems as good a good idea as any.
You could perhaps try to break through
Who's struggling more against holding their breath, Abram or Aurelio?
Abram, because he
Probably,
doesn't have a
because
constitution.
I have no
modifier.
constitution.
You could probably try to break through the glass as well. It doesn't seem that thick. It seems like contemporary
However,
glass.
all of the water gets dumped into the rock.
Maybe if it shatters everything.
We're gonna go to the waterfall. Nyx is gonna take a big breath from her oxygen mask, and then she's gonna quickly put it over Abram's mouth.
Okay, you're all gonna try and swim down to the bottom of this lake, and then following the wide open pipe as it goes towards the waterfall that Nyx saw going down into a large cauldron below. This is the plan. Are we okay with this?
Yeah.
We're
Yeah,
going
my thinking
Okay.
is that if they make it at least halfway, because Nyx and Abram are not as good at Constitution, if Nyx makes it halfway and then Abram gets the oxygen mask, they only have to do half the work when it comes to
All right.
holding their breath.
I'm alright with this, but everybody make their Constitution saving throw. This is gonna
I'll
be
try.
ending soon.
I'll try my best. Last time I did this, I got 2 crit fails. in a
Abram,
row.
you can, I guess, have advantage for this concocted plan that Nyx has come up with. Nyx,
What'd you say?
oh my
Do I
god.
also get advantage? I
let me
I
die.
have inspiration.
You can actually give each other inspiration. I don't know if you knew that or not.
I don't know if you. My luck is so bad. I don't
Oh,
want
I
to
want
waste.
to give Abram my inspiration.
Oh my god.
Okay.
I mean, if you want.
Yeah.
I don't really need
You
it.
guys are able to reward each other for creative role playing as well. If you have
Okay,
a,
whose am I taking?
I don't know. You
Maya.
Okay. I'm sorry in advance. Okay, that's better.
okay? Nix, you got to roll a. Did you already roll? And I
I-
just missed it. Constitution saving throw.
Mine was 7, but
Yeah.
I think I should roll again.
Okay, you guys swim down into the. You realize that this is actually a large glass reservoir that's taking water in from a bunch of pipes lined across another wall. They seem to be piping it up from within the mountain rock itself, and it's supposed to pool into this large glass square embedded in the rock face above and connected to the sky above. But it's just been filled, and it can't get the water out fast enough, so it's just formed this lake at the top of the mountain. But it's you feel actually two currents, one that goes up as the water is overflowing. That's very easy to overcome, but you feel a stronger current as it starts to take over and pull you towards the outlet for this reservoir. Next, you got to re-roll that if you're going to re-roll it. You got to do it
Alright.
now before I do the narrations.
All right, re-rolling.
Okay, mark off your inspiration. Okay. Nix,
fine.
you take hold of Abram, who seems to have rolled the lowest. He seems to be struggling a little bit. It wasn't really designed to float, you don't think? His character, perhaps, might have been more just based around like the whole hacky slashy. He's more about maintaining his ground, and he just kind of like free flows. And not too badly though. Aurelio seems to be holding on his own. He's full on naked. He's good to go. He's slippery like an eel, like a dolphin. And you guys are heading forward.
Ew.
And I'm going to you feel the current take over your bodies and start to pull you towards the end of this large pipe. And the water starts to recede, and you can actually stick your heads up at the top because you're just in like a river now. And it's heading towards this pipe at a rapid pace. Roll athletics if you want to try and fight the current. You can take air though. You've gotten that far, and nobody's passed out. It took
Where
about
is this current pulling us?
It's taking you towards the end of a large pipe that seems to just be dumping water out into the air, free flowing, falling, maybe
Isn't
100
that where
feet.
we're going?
It seems to be where you wanted to
Waterfall?
go. It seems to be, but it's going to sweep you off the edge into the open air unless you
Oh,
try
I
to fight it.
understand.
Yes. I mean, it's not that tall. Perhaps you'd survive. Might be some damage involved, but if you try to fight it with
14.
athletics,
9.
okay, it might be. Who knows how difficult this DC might be to fight against the current. It's a lot of water being dumped all around you. You're in like a rapids. Yeah. Okay. I see how this is going to go. Aurelio, do you want to fight the current?
Yeah.
Okay, Aurelio, you rapidly unpack one of your
I take off my underwear.
you take off your underwear. No, you dump the rocks out of your underwear. You flash everyone, and these rocks just go flying everywhere, and maybe hit everyone in the head.
The
Who
rocks
knows?
are gone.
But you take out your nail gun from the bag, and you like punch it into the side of this large, gigantic pipe, and it goes toosh, and embeds a nail right into it. And you wrap it. You just grab onto it real quick, and you hold fast. But your two friends, you watch Nix and Abram as they flow off the edge of this pipe
Oh no!
Goodbye.
out into the air and down.
Oh, that's not good.
Oh, great.
And that is where we're going to leave it for tonight.
I loved you guys. I'll never forget you.
Next
was my
time,
boys.
next time we're going to be rolling up 2 new characters for Nix and Abram.
No!